The warehouse is the physical interface between the GMP-regulated pharmaceutical manufacturing facility and the rest of the world. Starting and packaging materials are shipped into the warehouse from suppliers who may, as API vendors, be subject to GMP compliance or likely. There are rodent traps outside the warehouse and an insectocutor over the doors to limit the access of flying insects. You might wonder and check if there are any crawling insect traps and small vermin traps inside the warehouse. The first thing we expect to see is a reception area, in some places called goods inwards. It's a defined area, and we can see that the pallets of incoming goods are laid out neatly. Each type of material is separated from other types to avoid mixing them together. Any damage noted. On completion of these checks, the reception operator should label the pallets of incoming goods with their in-house batch numbers and status labels. GMP requires that incoming materials should be quarantined from storage, but if it has to be done in a storage area, then the focus must be on preventing any chance of cross-contamination arising from the activity. GMP is very prescriptive when it comes to sampling, and states clearly that samples should be representative materials may be taken into the storage area of the warehouse, but don't forget that testing is rarely instantaneous, so materials are likely to have to be quarantined until the test results are released. Each pallet should be labelled with the quarantine status, held in a separate area stored on the floor. There shouldn't be, because when this happens it's often because the warehouse is too small. And what about the building itself? Is it in a good state of repair? Is it dry, or, for example, are there any leaks in the roof? And the temperature? Any of these things, ask to see the SOPs and the records. Even if the warehouse is clean and there are no signs of insects or vermin, you might just want to check the pest control and cleaning procedures to make sure that any cleaning or fumigation agents are really suitable for pharmaceutical to prevent things getting mixed up. Possibly there are more than just starting materials in the warehouse. If so, are finished products stored in well-defined separate areas? They should be. For example, how are finished products awaiting release distinguished from those already released? Stock rotation. That's first in, first out. So, are there any examples of materials being held that don't conform? Look for instances of two different materials being stored on the same pallet. It shouldn't happen because mix-ups follow that storage conditions. And if there are, and this usually takes the form of cold storage of some sort, check it for stock integrity and temperature consistency. Then look into the control of printed material in the warehouse. On receipt, they should be treated in the same way as starting warehousing, that should comply with the same provisions as the main warehouse. First, look into the flammable solvent store for records and safety. Then the storage of compressed gases, ditto. In some facilities, there may be bulk deliveries of starting materials such as liquid sugar or propellant gases for